Hi guys, it's Tom from Trains TV. Welcome and thanks for joining us again for another video. In this video we are going to be having a look at a new release that is coming out from the 10th of November 2019, which is the version 2 of the Manchester Victoria to Mossley route. It is now being rebranded as the Manchester Victoria to Marsden route, giving you a number of new miles of scenery and track to explore. Those that had joined my stream previously in the week prior to this video recording will have seen me stream this scenario and route. But I enjoyed it thoroughly and thought this would make a very nice video to promote the release. So when this video has gone live, hopefully it should be out around about then. Links will be added into the description once they are up and out. I do believe that the route is going to be live on Alan Thompson Simulation and UK Train Sim as they were previously for V1. So again, once it's out, we'll add the appropriate links as to where you can download this from. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I was approached by Pennine Pacer, who created the route, to show this off before its release. So very kind of him again to ask. We did a V1 showing earlier in the year, so in March when it was first up for its first release, and again he approached us to ask if we'd like to show off once again, and we didn't want to say no really. It's nice to be asked as well, so again thank you very much Pennine Pacer. So we are on a class 40. The scenario for this is one that's included with the route. It's called class 40 Rail Tour. It's simple run from one end to the other, with a few extra little bits and pieces added into the scenario for good measure, such as these anorak train spotters down at the bottom down here, with their custom camera and tripods, which I thought were absolutely fantastic. So we've got some Canon cameras there. Very useful little assets them. And now I know there is a train spotter guy that's included with the North Somerset route from Dovetail Games, which he holds the camera, but this one I've never seen a tripod in the actual sim before, so that's absolutely fantastic. And these are dotted about along the scenario at different stations as well, so there's loads of people out waiting for the tour to come through, so it's a nice little extra. So along with the route and the extra miles and track scenery and all that, new custom assets on top of that, there's been some updates I do believe to the T68 Metrolink tram, some new adverts included. There's been a few bits and pieces to do with that, the couplers and the coupling hatches that now open up, that are actually shown as up and open, so we'll have a look at one of them when we see one going past shortly. Just overall, it's a lovely addition to seeing the in the sim. It's nice to see it extend a little bit further. So we're going to get straight into it and have a drive. So we are currently at red at the minute. We're just waiting a bit of traffic to come through Manchester Victoria before we get the green and the go ahead to continue. On this run, we call at Stalybridge, and then we stop at a signal just after Marsden on this one. I think the lights are on, so it's hard to tell if the lights are on this. We're on the mainline tours class 40 as well, which is available from the Steam website. It's the same as the Railrite Armstrong Powerhouse pack, but this one, it gives you 4145 in its most up-to-date livery and its large logo livery, which it used to wear. 4145 is a resident loco of the East Lancashire Railway as well. There's the Metrolink T68 trams. See that, the Train Sim TV advert, I absolutely love that. So I'm just going to pause this, you can see the couple of hatches. The detail there as well with the pipes. The cables holding the pipes up. And of course the hatches are now open. They've even got brackets as well, so they're not just like hanging in the air, they're actually all mounted as well, which is really cool. Extra destinations as well have been added onto these, which is nice to see on top of that as well. On top of the extra destinations and advertisements as well. There's another one there. I doubt with the difference. The difference is Metrolink. There's different preload consists. You get 2 cars, doubles, and different liveries. So there's a few different liveries and guises that these Metrolink T68s are carried in their time. I'll jump back in the cab because we will be heading off in a second. I've got my rail atlas open today for this video, so I can go through the route in detail. So we're going to start off. I'm just going to pause again. So we're going to leave Manchester Victoria. We're going to then head up Miles Platting Bank up to Miles Platting Junction. We're then going to turn off and head over then towards Stalybridge. So we'll then go through what we've got here. So we've got Phillips Park Junction, Bagley Fold Junction, Ashton Moss North Junction, and then going through Ashton-under-Lyne, and then up to Stalybridge, where we're going to take a brief stop and pause. Then we're going to head on towards Stalybridge Tunnel. Just going to flip the page over here and just make sure I've not missed out where we are. So yeah, once we go through Stalybridge Tunnel, we have Mossley Scout Tunnel. Mossley and Scout Tunnel, Greenfield, Standedge Tunnel, which is the 3-mile tunnel, and then we head up through Marsden, and then we end just past Marsden. So we're not too far from Huddersfield. The track does actually continue a bit further on than Marsden. It does actually run into Huddersfield and a little bit beyond, but very, very minor scenery at this stage. PenninePacer also did state that it's very unlikely that he might be releasing anything else after this version. I'm not too sure why, whether he has any different projects that he might want to be taken on afterwards. So it's nice to see what we've been giving up to now, though. The North is very neglected in train sim. I say that all the time in the stream. So we have a single yellow at the moment. The one gripe with the class 40 in train sim is the bug with 64-bit where it loops the loco sounds. Sadly, you don't get as much thrash as you should. It'll get going, then it'll just want to loop again. It just keeps going through that horrible cycle. Just a couple more Metrolink trams there. More T68s on the way in and out of Manchester there. Another little feature is that he's added these junction signs now to the route. Those are new. So I was just trying to spot any updates as well that were added to this version from the last. The junction signs are a nice little touch as well. I'll try and stay in the cab as much as possible in this video, because when I did this on the stream I made a bit of a hash of it. We came to a standstill just before Diggle. It took a while to get the actual loco moving again. We don't want that in the video. One of our advertisements there on the Metrolink. So the trams dive underneath the main line here in Collyhurst Tunnel, and then they head over to Bury in Altrincham. I think. Just get that right. Definitely Bury. Just gonna refer back to my map. Rochdale and Bury, that's the one. Altringham's the other way. I should know that, being a bit of a tram buff. Rochdale's actually one of the places on the Metrolink I've still yet to do. Red pen, as they say. Bury's in. Done the Bury one. I'm lucky though. I've managed to do the Oldham branch. It's old guys before the new section opened up, and they shut the old section off. So I managed to get that in, but I've not done the new section on there. So maybe one day. I haven't actually done. What have I? No, I have. I've done this section in real life, but I've not done it in this direction. I've done it coming back. I did a rail tour many years ago on a. It was quite an interesting tour. It was a 37, a 20, and a 47 on the rear. The 20 failed, and the 47 had to end up shoving. Yeah, the front two did fail. They struggled up copy pit. The 47 came to the rescue and pushed us up the hill. All good fun. It was quite a reasonable price tour as well. Actually, it was a mini tour off an actual proper full-on tour that came off from London to Blackpool. Whilst everyone had their little break in Blackpool, this mini tour took you around from Blackpool up to Copy Pit, through Blackburn, and then around Huddersfield, Manchester, Victoria, back through like Chorley and that to Blackpool. £25, an absolute steal. Good miles. So we just climbed Miles Platte Bank there. We're now at Miles Platting Junction. It's 30 around this curve. We could rise back up to 60 shortly. If you was to carry on, Newton Heath Depot is down that way. Back up to 6 now, so open the tap. Let me go in. And we're now at Phillip Park Junction. Another thing I do like is the bridges. You'll notice along the route, the bridges have the actual ID plates attached to them, which is a nice little touch. There's not many routes you've seen train sim that have the proper name, the number plates and the names and that on them. Again, attention to detail. Bagley Fold Junction box is just approaching us now on the left hand side. This is another custom asset to the route. Again, lovely asset there. Nice detail. And we are currently 5.3 miles to Stalybridge. Due to arrive there approximately about 10:38, it's saying at the moment. Again, with this route, there's plenty of detail in the line side foliage. All the houses along the line side as well have got a good detail in there, all fenced up and all what you would expect. The amount of custom assets that are included as well is fantastic. For a freeway route, it's brilliant. You get a freeway model tram, which is a thumbs up from me straight away. And then the amount of little bits and pieces that you see along the route will just make it that little bit more really nice. See the that the creator of the routes really put his heart into the job that he's done in this. As with any route developer, any freeware route developer, you'll always see that put their heart and soul into their project over the time that they spend building it. As well, these cable troughs as well. These are all new. Well, they're not new. They were with the route in the first version, but they are actually custom to this route. You've got custom bridges as well that were made for the route V1. Decent FPS, very playable, 40 FPS around this area. Please do note that the drops in on the lag spikes, I think down to my install. I think something's causing it to drop in lag a little bit here and there. I do think I need to do another reinstall at some point. Just waiting to get Metropolitan Line out of the way really before I can do anything. Once that's done, I will probably do a fresh install. Always works in the favour as well, especially with streaming and videos. If you can keep your installs clean as possible, there's not as much going on in the folder system then. So just a bit of a mention is the route requirements. The Just Trains Common Library, which is available with most good recent releases from JT. So anything from, I'd say, like I guess Southwestern Expressways, or you've got like anything onwards from there. So Newcastle Edinburgh onwards, usually you're laughing there with that. Ashton Moss North Junction is just on our right there, just past. You can also note that IKEA is on its way up on the right hand side as well at Ashton. As well as the JT Common Library, Liverpool, Manchester, Midland Main Line, London to Bedford and Settles Carlisle. On top of that, you would require the UK Train Sim freeware asset packs, and then a few bits and pieces for the scenarios. This is Ashton-under-Lyne. Again, a custom station that's been made for the route. Currently haven't got the road, as you can see the HUD is showing some buffers at the minute. And we've just been given the road into Stalybridge. So on a double yellow. So we are clear to proceed into the station. So we're going to platform 3 at Stalybridge. Mile out as we cross over as well. So this is Stalybridge. So we join the line that comes in from Guidebridge. Transpennine services use that. Got a guy there with his camera. The services for Transpennine, they'll go that way via Guidebridge and run around to Piccadilly. Goes through Guidebridge, Fairfield, Gorton, Ashbury's, and onwards past Ardwick and into Piccadilly. Oh, just a little bit too keen now. I'm too busy reading my book. The destinations of that route. I'm just going to pull forward a little bit. That would be a blooper, if it could be. That would have been clipped for a blooper. I do love these cameras and these tripods, absolutely fantastic. We don't have the road anyway. We've got a new signage with the new TP Express logo on there. I don't know if they've been updated or not actually since the changeover of Transpennine. Stalybridge Station. Nice little addition to the route. Is also featuring Jake Fuller's fantastic freeware Class 185 pack, which has recently been released. You can get that from his Jake Fuller, I think Jake Fuller Simulations, I think it's called, our Alan Thompson website as well. Possibly, I'm not sure if it's just on Jake Fuller's site though. Could be one. I could be wrong there. The scenarios do actually use a 170 as a reskin, but I have swapped over just for the for the effect. Although I did miss one out, and I think the next one, what we pass it in a minute, is a 170. I did get caught out and forgot to change one of them over. So, please remember to make sure the train is not fouling the points when you stop at Diggle. Here is said 170. So just ahead of us we have Stalybridge Tunnel. I'm just going to crawl up to the signal because we will get the yellow or green in a moment. So we get a bit further down the line, we get like Diggle Canal, which is all like custom created canal lofts and sections to meet the canal as it rises up in sections at the locks, which is absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice to be seeing how that's been made. Like, it's not an easy section of the route to build. The amount of gradients you've got to tackle. So Diggle down passenger loop is 6 miles away. We do stop just shy of the Standedge tunnels as well there. So you see now we start entering into the countryside area now. We'll start climbing. We'll start joining the canals shortly as well. At the moment the actual terrain isn't that challenging, as you can see it's quite fair, but as we start progressing onwards it becomes apparent of how much of a struggle this line is to build within Train Sim. Because Train Sim itself's terrain mesh when you're route building is an absolute pain to work with. The grid's quite big to work with in terms of like moulding the terrain around contours and that. So you have to use lofts, which is one of the things that PenninePacer has done on this route to make it easier for himself. Plenty of lofts and plenty of walls to get around the challenge. I just hope that hopefully when we do get the Train Sim World tools one day in the future that it'll be a lot easier to work with the terrain mesh. It'll be a bit more kind to the user than what we have to contend with in Train Sim 2020 and all the previous releases of Train Sim. Again, plenty of lovely foliage to be seen here. Lovely views such as footbridges and stuff like that. Twiddling my hood just to make sure I don't miss any AWS's. So we're coming up to Scout Tunnel now. And then Mossley Station is just beyond the tunnel. So this station coming up is where the version 1 route sort of took you, sort of was the finish point. So now we are entering all the newer scenery and new track miles that have been worked on. But again, custom stations were included here and throughout. They're all custom from what we can see, which is really, really nice to see. Again, with a freeware developer actually going out of his way to bring you custom assets. It's one thing I do wish I could do in some of my work, is actually create my own assets. Just not one of the talents I have, sadly. Again, more custom footbridges here. Another nice little variant. Stuff like that just makes the route its own. Key to the area, the Stalybridges and stuff that are used. Still climbing at the moment. The canal has just come into view now on the right hand side of us. one thing I do love is with this, the amount of scenery it's added. So all the hills contain all the scenery, so you're not going to, well, apart from the tops, you're not going to, a lot of the scenery is filled in on all this. Plenty to see. And again, FPS 40 to 45, which is holding very well. Do excuse my lag spikes that I get because of my installation. I think that's an antenna up there, something like TV receiver or something, aerial. Radio mast off the top of the hill, but I can't really see it. Not quite sure what this hill's called, there's obviously something to do with something up there. Getting all the detail on the back of the house there, all the fencing, hedges and what's not. Churches and stuff. Even stuff like gravestones as well. Just adds that extra bit of realism. All the back of the houses and stuff like that. You can see here with all the lofts that are added in, it's just such a challenging section of the route to be built. As we climb up, and you can see with the amount of hills that we have to contend with. This is Greenfield Station as well, so this is one of the new stations on the route, on this version. One of two. Pause this in a second, I'll have a quick look around. You've got plenty of actual custom signs that are attached to the station to do with Northern, and you've got these custom help points as well. Actual like Greater Manchester local rail maps as well. Custom footbridge. Got the custom waiting room ticket office there. Some toilets on the back there. One of the signs disappeared there. Looks like a level detail or some Z fighting possibly going on there. Nothing to worry about though. You got your custom station signs as well. Custom lamps possibly. I'm not too sure about the lamps. If they're existing, possibly reskin maybe. I'm not too sure on that one. But the station build is lovely. Really nice detail. Good quality. I like the detail on the footbridge as well there. Really nice. This is one of my favourite little bits here. This little view here is quite cool with the Saddleworth road signs. So you've got the Museum and Art Gallery sign there, tourist information, Brownhill Countryside Centre and the Canal boat trips. And then again this one here, snow with exclamation mark, lights flashing, bad road conditions, prepare to stop 1 mile ahead. It's quite cool. So if you're driving the other way, you get some nice screenshots there, really. Especially with the road signs, just makes that a little bit more. See the canal still down there, interview just going around the back of the mills over there. Diggle is only 1.5 miles away now. Cross over the canal. I'm just going to pause. I don't want to miss the AWS like I did last time. So what we're going to do, these sections of the canal are the custom sections. So you've got, I think, possibly lofts, some of the section here, but then you've got like custom locks that have been made for the narrow boats that go through there. There's a section a little bit further on down the valley here, which absolutely astounding how it's been made. You can just sort of see it into the back there. I'm just going to get a little bit further down the line and we'll have a look. Really nice. Just adds that extra realism as well. going to pause it here. As you can see, all these basin areas, like passing circles, passing areas, I would class these as. All this is custom made. This is all one custom asset. So this, like here, it all goes up as one asset all the way down there. Sort of like starts up there and heads all the way down this side here, and then turns back into a loft down there. Really nice. Nice detail as well. Nice textures on the side there. A little bit stretched in some places. A little bit of bit going on here, but it's nice. It's nice. I like the colour of the water as well. It's like dirty canal style water. Has a bit of like a browny green tinge to it in that when the light hits it. I'm not sure if there's texture. Possibly could be a texture. No, is that just the ground maybe? It must be something on the water possibly that's making it do that. I'm not too sure. It's quite cool. Got a new mill here as well, so WH Shore, textile mill or something. Cotton mill maybe, I would say. It sort of goes up there and it sort of ends. We'll look at that end in a minute when we come to stop. I'm going to jump back in my cab because we do get the AWS in a minute. So when you start slowing down for Diggle down passenger loop, we're going to be allowing a passenger service to pass us in a moment. So we are going to be stopping here just before the Standedge tunnel, which is a 3-mile tunnel, which takes us out into the Yorkshire side of the route, just before Marsden station. The one thing for me, possibly with the canal, is maybe added some boats in there. Maybe, I'm not too sure if this. I don't know if I've got the release version, so there could be some boats coming into it for the release. Possibly, I'll have to see when the release comes out. I'll download that and just check. But if not, possibly add some canal boats just to add a little bit extra to it. Could be a nice little touch. This is Diggle Junction signal box as well, so another custom signal box. Remember when he posted this picture on UK Train Sim? Quite a nice box, nice to see. So we need to remember not to foul these points, of course. I like this as well, these doors on the canal. I'm not too sure what these are all about, these doors on the canal, if there's a reason for them, or if they open up automatically when a boat comes or something. I'm not too sure. Not on the route, of course, but in real life, if that happens. It's quite funky. We're just going to stop at this signal here. All the passengers are super excited to be on this rare piece of track. You will be stopped while the following TP overtakes. So we've got the single yellow. We will have to wait at the red just at the front of the station. So whilst we are drawing, oops, a bit of power on there. Just gonna have a quick look at that before we draw forward properly. Nice detail that. There's a canal boat here. We've got the red here. I like this little section as well. So these are the two old tunnels here as well. Not actually bricked up in real life. It's just behind them. There's no scenery or no tunnels or anything. There's just a kind of hole really. In real life, there's just fence and gates in front of them, but you can walk through them, I believe, in real life. A little stream down here as well. So in 1811 the tunnel opened, and it is the longest and oldest of the 4 Standedge tunnels, and is the longest and highest canal tunnel in the United Kingdom as well. The first single track railway tunnel built for the London North Western Railway LNWR on its line between Huddersfield and Manchester was completed in 1848. Bit of a basic overview there. Just reading that off Wiki. Just a bit of a brief background on the tunnel. The two to the right, I think, used to serve like freight tunnels, possibly. There was a little junction where they used to go through and come back out at the other end. So yeah, there was a canal, this one, and then the 2 single ones. So there's 4 overall. The 3 rail tunnels run parallel in each other, and the canal tunnel. They are level for the whole length, so level gradient, which had the operational benefit of providing the only section of level track on the line where water troughs could be installed to provide steam locomotives with water, and without them having to require and stop the train. That's quite cool, didn't know that. They both single track bore have ventilation shafts at Coat, Flint and Pule Hill, and the double track tunnel is ventilated via 3 shafts at Brunclough, Redbrook and Flint. Drainage edits interlink with one another, including the canal tunnel, which is into which water is discharged. Just going to put a little bit of power on it before we get going, because we're otherwise start rolling about. It's quite interesting read that about the tunnel. I'm not going to read it all to you because there's quite a lot of information, but yeah, there's quite a lot there. This tunnel was part of the 1894 build. We're just going through the Diggle end now. Do have a look on Wikipedia if you want to read a bit more about it. Just put Standedge Tunnel, railway tunnel in there. So as we storm our way through Standedge Tunnel, 3 miles and 64 yards at the summit, we will come out and round into Marsden. We have the waterfall as well as we leave the tunnel on the bend, and then you'll see the other two single bore tunnel portals that would have joined back onto the line. You can sort of make out where the junction once was. So we've got about 3.5 miles left on this journey, where we're going to be stopping at the signal HU709, which is just beyond Marsden Station itself. It's nice just to have a few extra miles to have a run on this route. This scenario overall is about 45 to 50 minutes long, so it gives you a decent run. There's quite a few scenarios included now with the route as well. I'd say a good 10 or so. Bits and pieces, stopping services, TP services. Again as well, this rail tour as well is included. I just wish that AP, Railwright, everyone who was involved would sort out the issue to the 64-bit bug rather than just saying use 32-bit. It's 32-bit you can't always use, especially if you've got a busy scenario. It's just never going to happen. We drop down to 45 miles per hour at the end of the tunnel. As we leave the tunnel, we lean into the right hand bend here. The waterfall is on this bridge here. It's nice as well. It's nice to see. Got the canal there, coming back out. Sort of like bend round and then travels underneath the line there. Continues onwards along with the track, and again here you can see the other two single bore tunnels that join back out here, and then there would have been a junction somewhere around here where they all would have joined back together. As you can see, the bridge alignment used to be, obviously extra tracks would have been on here. And so at 1.5 miles away now to our signal stop. Marsden Station is just around the bend as well, so we'll have a look at that as well. Pause that there a moment. You've got custom signs here for the metro system for Yorkshire. Custom lamps, I assume the customer had just been reskinned. I'm not too sure if the customer or not. We've got these signs as well. This one's not so much custom full. It's got platform. This is JT Common Library platforms. I do believe this bridge is custom though, because it has the gaps where the bridges actually go. When obviously if you just keep bashing this, you wouldn't be able to get away with the gaps. So it does look fully custom. And again, these are these plates, ID plates for the bridge. So as the name of the bridge and number of it. I'm not sure if that's to do with the height or whatever. 6 chain, 6 miles, so many chains or something like that. I think that is. That's one of the bugs with the asset irregular tool, where it makes the grass disappear if you do it too much. Stuff like this as well, like these pipe work bits and pieces as well. made for it as well on these little brick posts. They're quite cool. Again, locks here and more canal, lots of canal. Really nice. I'm going to get into the cab now because we are stopping in just over a mile. Don't want to miss the stop. So the line does continue on from Marsden, even though it is named as Manchester Victoria to Marsden. Track, actually, I'm just going to pause that. So we're going to end here, but as you can see, there's a lot more track, which is like, it goes through, you've got Slaveweight here, Penistone Portal there, so you've got Lockwood Platform, and then Huddersfield is here. So there is a basic canopy over there. There's nothing really to see at Huddersfield. It's just basic little bits and pieces added in, and obviously the track continues on upwards up here. Where is this? I'm not too sure what this one is. So Huddersfield, you've got Dayton, Bradley Junction, and then onwards to Mirfield. I think it's around here. Getting closer towards the Yorkshire area, like Wakefield and stuff like that. Dewsbury as well, and onwards to Leeds. Just gonna get it coasting now down another custom bridge there. I like the weathering effects that have been added to these bridges. And this as well. This is another custom, so that's another one. Little pipe on there or something, like a gas pipe or something. So again, plenty of detail, plenty of customs, and again, this route will be released the same day this video goes live. So Sunday, the 10th of November, we will be able to pick this route up from UK Train Sim and Alan Thompson Sim, either of them. Don't forget the requirements there: JTCL. We've got, was it Liverpool, Manchester, Bedford to London, UK Train Sim freeware packs. Might have missed one there. Settle Carlisle, I think was the other one. But yeah, do have a look on there. Do take a look at it and do have a little play around with it. It's a lovely little route. Plenty of detailed effort being put into that. And again, thank you very much to PenninePacer for allowing us to show the route off prior to its release, and as well that we can get this video out in time for its release, so you can have a look as well and have a decide for yourself. Links will be provided below once the route has been released. It might not be released at the same time as the video, because the video is probably going to go live just a bit before, but we will go back and add these in, so they should be there when the time everyone comes to watch this. So thank you very much everyone that's watched this video. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you enjoyed the route. Massive shout out and hats off to PenninePacer for creating the product. Where we got to up to now. Well, I've just stopped shy of the marker there. Don't forget you can follow us on twitch.tv/TrainSimTV_Tom and TrainSimTV_Mark. I stream more regular than Mark, although at the moment with the Metropolitan line work for just trains I've not been streaming as much, but I do aim to get streaming again more once the Met line is out. I will be back on Wednesday hopefully this week, so do come and join us from 7:30 for some more train sim fun. So yeah, again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Please do leave us a comment. We do like to hear your feedback and your thoughts on the video. It helps us build our channel up even more. Again, we will be getting more videos out to you soon. Just keep your eye out. There's quite a bit to come from us video wise. So again, thank you very much guys. We hope you have enjoyed this one, and don't forget to take a look at the route. The route is called Manchester Victoria to Marsden. Take care guys, and we will see you again on the next video. Thank you and goodbye.